Hi. Yes, I was just speaking Spanish here, left, right, and center about this thing that I want to talk to you about today. And certainly, the very first thing that I want to tell you is how beautiful it is outside. In spite, when I started that video in Spanish, it was snowing hard, very hard. In fact, the clouds are charged, and obviously it's going to continue to snow. However, right now there is a ray of sun outside. It's like God is telling us, "I'm here," and uh, and that's extraordinary. But I wanted to talk to you from the heart today because certainly, and that you may or may not believe in God. It's a thing that is entirely in your power, and. And I respect whatever decision you have taken for your life, whether it is that you don't practice any kind of faith or that you absolutely don't believe in God. It's entirely up to you. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is to tell you something that is, I believe, is important. Because let me tell you, the truth is that believing or not believing is a prerogative that we all have, and God is not forcing Himself on anyone. He allows us to choose whether we want to follow Him or not. And again, there are many that say they follow Him, and really they don't. And others that simply say God doesn't exist, and it's also okay. That's entirely your right. However, what I say is that if we count on the possibility that all there is for us is this life, that we are all going to die and then it's over, that's it, bye bye, then there's nothing for us to lose. We agonize, we struggle, we hustle, we do all kinds of things, and certainly we would have to say, where's the hope in that? Because we're going to go. Yet, if by any chance there is a fragment of a possibility that that there is a life after this life, a life in which we are going to live for eternity, then if we consider that possibility, everything changes. All of the aspects of our life would take a different color, because then living for this life would take a different aroma altogether. We should not be seeking to live the life we live if we know that there is another life that we should be preparing for. However, here on Psalm 32, it tells us something interesting, and I want to read you verse by verse here what it says. It says verse 1, this is a psalm from David. It's more like a song that he made. It's talking about the forgiven, and it says here, blessed is the one whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man against whom the Lord counts no iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. And again, we know how troublesome life can be, and we know that a lot of time we do things that we are not very proud of. I'm sure that you have gone through that. I'm sure that there are times in which you have done things not necessarily sinful. That's not what I'm talking about, but generally in life there are plenty of things that you would do that you just scratch yourself, why did I do that? Or how did I not see? Why did I allow this to happen? Or how did I fall into this trap, etc.? This happens to everyone in a lot of occasions, and I'm sure you're not exception. I'm not exception. Each one of us have gone through it, and certainly we just need to admit it. However, what it says here in verse 3 is, for when I kept silent, my bones wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me. My strength was dried up as the heat of the summer. And what it's trying to tell us here, this psalm, is that when we keep inside, when we bottle things inside, when we let them be built up in us, they become a lot harder, a lot tougher on us, and undoubtedly it's going to take its toll. Yet when we open up and if you will, speak to God, I mean, just, hello, Lord, I don't know you. I don't know whether you're real or not, but I have this thing that I want to get off my chest, and just blurt it out and let it out and say whatever it is that you want to say. And you will notice how there is a relief in it immediately. And if it is something that you know that is bad, let's call it that way, and you say, I repent of having done that, and I'd rather not do it again, so please forgive me. There's a lot of good in it. Believe me, your heart will feel way better without a question. You will feel that something have just been taken out of you, that a burden, that a heavy burden gets lifted up from you. That is a reality, that is a fact, and all you have to do is try it. I mean, you have nothing to lose, so give it a try and see what happens. Here in verse 5 it says, I acknowledge my sin to you, and I did not cover my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the iniquity of my sin. And yet, that's exactly it. God is always ready. His hands are stretched wide open, waiting for us to call out to him, waiting for us to just say, Lord, I screwed up, I messed up, I need your help, give me a hand, please throw me a rope here, I'm drowning. And believe me, he is a gentleman. He do exactly that if you call from the heart, because he is ready and willing to help if you call out to him. And again, if you don't, he won't, because he will not force himself unto you. But again, here in verse 6 it tells us, therefore let everyone who is godly offer prayer to you at a time when you may be found. Surely in the rush of the great waters they shall not reach him. And he continued to say in verse 7, you are a hiding place for me. You preserve me from trouble. You surround me with shouts of deliverance. And this is a beauty, because what this is telling you here is that when you pray, a whole load gets taken off your back. What it's saying here is that there is a closeness to the God of heaven that can be achieved by just speaking to him out loud or in the quiet, in your mind. It doesn't have to be ceremonial. There's no religion in that. It's just a conversation like you have with your brother or sister or mother or son or whoever. You just, Lord, this life is messy. I've been screwing up long enough. Give me a hand here. I need to find another way. Please help me out. I truly think that if you can give me another way, I'm going to just follow it, because I certainly have not been very good at doing this. And this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about here. He says here, you are my hiding place. You preserve me from trouble. And believe me, once you do that once, you get in the habit of doing it. And then you see how his hand is always active, preserving you from trouble. Every time a new screw up is coming along, he's going to whisper at you, hey buddy, that's not the way to do it. Hold back. You're going to be finding an awareness of the reality of the presence of God in your life, warning you of situations. That is just amazing. It's incredible. It's just awesome. And believe me, I live it every day, and you can live it too. It's nothing exclusive, because it says here, he surrounds you with shouts of deliverance. He's seeking to get you out of trouble. That's the bottom line. He's seeking to keep you from headaches. And then look here, like how God responds here of his own voice in these Psalms. Here it says, once you've done that, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. Are you listening? I'm going to put my hands on your bridle and take you on the right road. Literally, I will counsel you with my eye upon you. So once you say, Lord, I'm ready to do it your way, I'm ready to let you handle it, and I'm just going to listen and go for a ride with you, then he's going to counsel you, he's going to teach you, and he's going to keep his eye on you. That's a beauty. That's amazing. And then there is a funny verse here that it tells us, be not like a horse or a mule without understanding, which must be curbed with the bit and the bridle. And certainly, you see how the horse and the mules need a bridle to be guided into the direction they should go. We don't need to do that. God does not force himself into us. He allows us to screw up, to make our own mistakes, and if we cry to him like a gentleman, he responds, and he's going to help us through. So he's saying, don't let it get to that limit in which you find that yourself need to be pushed around. God is not going to push you. I'm not going to push you. Just tell me, just call me, and I'm here for you, because that's what I want to do. I want to help you. Hallelujah. And then in verse 10 and 11, look how beautiful he closes here. Many are the sorrows of the wicked, but steadfast love surrounds the one who trusts in the Lord. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, O righteous, and shout for joy, all you upright in heart. In other words, when you're tired of doing it your way, and you realize that it's not working, you come to the Lord and you tell him, hey, I need your hand here. I need somebody who knows how to handle this thing. And then his steadfast, his continued, his persistent love is going to be upon you. It's going to be surrounding you. It's going to be covering you if you trust in him, if you let him give you a hand. And then you're going to be filled with gladness and will be rejoicing in the righteousness that he feels, the goodness, the beauty that he feels inside, and letting God handle it for you. That's the bottom line. Then you'll be able to shout for joy and feel this newness in your heart that is going to be just amazing. But that is entirely up to you. He will not force you. So make up your mind. God bless you. Have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one.